Go ahead.
Hi, my name's Kyle. I'm going to be talking to you today about backcountry hunters and anglers. Did you know that children on average today are only spending 4 to 7 minutes playing outdoors per day? Children are growing up more disconnected from nature more than any generation in our past. It's not only our children that are disconnected, our fast-paced society has resulted in so much of our time spent indoors and in front of screens. Now, I'm deeply concerned by the fact that on average, Americans are spending up to 12 hours a day indoors and in front of our screens. We've also become increasingly disconnected from where we get our food from. We're reliant on the inefficient industrial food chain for the majority of our sustenance. I believe it's our responsibility as college students to break this cycle and foster a relationship with our food, the outdoors, and conservation. Our adventurous student community needs a club that can help foster this relationship to develop the next generation of conservation-minded outdoors women and men. The aging hunting and fishing community isn't being replaced by our younger generations, which has led to dramatic declines since the 1980s. This is why we need to connect all of you to the newest chapter of Backcountry Hunters and Anglers here at the University of Minnesota. Mark Norquist, state board member of BHA and founder of Modern Carnivore, told me in an interview why he thinks that people should become more involved with hunting and fishing. And he said that we need to move away from just being an observer of nature to becoming a participant in the processes of our natural world. And we need to promote a community where people can be introduced to a lifestyle of direct harvest from our public lands, which include hunting, fishing, and foraging in the most ethical ways possible. Our BHA chapter here on campus is part of a larger nationwide grassroots nonprofit organization that has taken the leadership role in advocating for the conservation of our wild places on state and federal levels. BHA is an organization that has recognized the important role that college students play in the protection of and access to our public lands and waters, habitat conservation, and fair chase ethics. This is why a few of us who have previously been involved with BHA have decided to start a chapter here at the U. BHA's membership has been doubling for the past 5 years. That makes us the fastest growing conservation organization on the continent. This growing support has enabled thousands of people to discover a passion for hunting and angling on our public lands, 68% of which are under the age of 45 years old. Wildlife and habitat funding depends on key pieces of legislation such as the Migratory Bird Treaty Act, Pittman-Robertson Act, and the Dingell-Johnson Act. Now, all these rely on the participation of hunting and fishing to fund the conservation of our natural resources that so many of us value as not only a source of enjoyment, but possibly see as a source of future employment. Hunting and fishing related activities contribute $3.3 billion annually to our wildlife conservation agencies. Our chapter here on campus will be hosting several sessions that will teach people a variety of different outdoor skills, and we will also be hosting speakers that are professional conservationists as well as other experienced outdoors people. And we will also participate in local, statewide, and nationwide events that BHA hosts every year. With this being the newest club on campus, you have the opportunity to become part of a network that has been thriving at other college campuses across the country. The first BHA collegiate chapter started in the University of Montana just in 2015. By now, it's already spread to over 6 colleges across the country, including Bemidji State, and UMD is also getting a chapter started currently. This is a great chance not only to learn new outdoor skills, but it's also a great networking opportunity to get your name connected to the fastest growing conservation organization in North America. Since joining just a few months ago, I've already met several important figures in the conservation field from organizations such as the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, Minnesota DNR, Ducks Unlimited, and the Minnesota Outdoor Heritage Alliance. I see our BHA chapter serving as a community where someone who wants to learn how to become a participant in the outdoors and people who are already entwined in the outdoor culture can come together and share camaraderie between us that is as special as the activities that connect us all. Now, during my short speech, I hope that I've sparked your curiosity to become involved as either a member or an officer here here at our BHA chapter at the U. I encourage anyone who is interested in becoming a participant in the processes of our natural world to fill out this contact information form that I passed out, and you can always talk to me or visit the backcountryhunters.org website. Thank you.